Hello everyone. So in this video, I thought I'll probably give you my 1+ year review of FreeAgent. Now, FreeAgent is an online accounting software, and here in the UK, you don't really need to hire an accountant uh, until a specific figure of turnover. So basically, as long as your company is small, and I don't really have that figure in mind, but I think it is quite a lot. But in the beginning, what I'm trying to say is that if you're trying to start a company here in the UK, you don't really need to hire an accountant, and at the same time, it is actually not at all difficult. I know a lot of people they run away or they avoid doing these things on their own. I'm talking about starting their own company because they think it is difficult. It is difficult, but at the same time, if you spend some time, you can learn a lot of these things yourself. Now, I have been using FreeAgent for more than a year now, and I think it is great. It has helped me a lot. And by the way, there are some other similar services or online platforms where you can do these things. So let me just give you uh, some good things that I have been able to do or I have been doing on FreeAgent in the last 1 year. I don't really have any negative thing to talk about it because it has been working great for me. So all good. But in case you are trying to compare, maybe this video can help you. Maybe if you are trying to use a software or not use a software, or maybe if you're trying to compare it with other softwares, then hopefully this video will give you some guidance. So I never really purchased the FreeAgent account. Of course, you can. If you want, you can pay for their service. So they do charge some amount. But good thing about FreeAgent is that if you have a NetWest business account, you will get FreeAgent with it. So that is what I did. And NetWest account, business account, it took me a while to open it, although it was not at all difficult, but it was not like an app that you can download and within half an hour you will have your business account up and running, like counting up, for example. So my recommendation would be to get a proper bank, like a proper high street bank like NetWest or something similar. If you're using NetWest, then of course you will get FreeAgent with it. So this video is about FreeAgent. So I'm not really paying for it directly. I'm basically paying for the NetWest account. I mean, basically they are nominal charges, whatever they charge. I don't even know what they charge, but they do provide FreeAgent with it. Now, good thing about FreeAgent is that if you have a business account, if you're doing some business like transactions, your money will come and money will go out of your business account. And FreeAgent, because it is by NetWest, it connects very easily to your NetWest bank. So whenever there is a transaction in your bank, your transactions will appear in your FreeAgent, and then you can do something about those transactions, because when it comes to maintaining your balance sheet, you need to basically tell that software whether this money which is coming in or going out, what type of transaction it is. So let me give you some examples. So if you, let us say, raise an invoice, which you can do, by the way, from within FreeAgent. So you can raise an invoice. It is very simple. And I'm using FreeAgent here in the UK. So I'm sure if you're using it in some other country, I guess in the US, I'm not really sure if they have a US version or not, but I'm using it here in the UK. So they have this compliant thing with all the guidelines that are supposed to be followed as per UK government guidelines when it comes to taxes and VAT and everything. So basically, when you raise a new invoice, you can of course raise it from within the tool, and tool can send a reminder to, not a reminder, but you can send the actual invoice as a PDF file to your client. And when your client will pay for it, for the invoice, that invoice amount will be matched automatically, or the tool will actually suggest you, FreeAgent will suggest you that, okay, you raised this invoice for like £2,000, which you received in the bank account, and most likely this is for this particular invoice. So you can actually just confirm it, and whenever you confirm the transaction, then it will be saved, because those transactions that you do, the VAT will be calculated for you, So yes, if you have VAT, which I believe you need to get if you reach a certain threshold of business, then you need to do it. You need to get a VAT number, and you can just enter your VAT number in your free agent. So you can do invoices. It will also take care of the VAT. It will also deduct, and it will also calculate the VAT that you have to pay, or the government has to pay to you back. So basically, VAT is like it's like a balance that is maintained. If you owe something to government, you will have to pay for it. So you can actually pay for your VAT because I think every quarter you have to submit your VAT, I guess, return to government, and based on your past 3 months transactions, which of course you don't have to do manually. FreeAgent will do it for you based on all those transactions, based on the invoices and whatever you're purchasing. Because if you purchase something, let us say you have an Amazon business account, which I have, you can also you will get VAT invoice from Amazon. Not all the vendors will do it, but within Amazon business you can actually filter that only show me, only let me buy those products where they provide VAT, downloadable VAT. So you can do that, and whenever you purchase something where you paid VAT to someone, or maybe where you paid VAT to someone or that company, or maybe if you purchase a service, you can also claim it from within the tool. So it is very convenient, and at the same time, when it comes to salaries, of course you can do that. You can prepare your monthly payroll, which you have to submit to HMRC, and it will also tell you the national insurance and tax that is supposed to be there. So basically, when you basically use the tool FreeAgent, like I talked about invoices, VAT, and VAT filing, and salaries, payroll, it will basically prepare most of the things for you. So far, in the last 1 year, I don't really think I did anything manually, because before that I used to file the company return, because we have to do it every year in January, and there are a few more things that you do regularly. So you can actually do it from within the tool. So in the tool itself, when you basically file your let us say payroll, when you submit your payroll, or maybe when you submit your company return or corporate tax, for example, you just need to enter your company gateway ID and password, and it will do the filing from within the tool. And everything is of course maintained at one single place. So I highly recommend, although you don't need to use a tool if you have time. If you have plenty of time, you can of course just do all the accounting yourself. But my recommendation would be to, if you're doing some transactions, if I know in the beginning when you're starting a new company, if you're not really doing a lot of transactions, then do it yourself. Then when you think you have reached that stage where you're doing regular work, where you have to pay salaries or raise invoices regularly, so use a tool like FreeAgent. I'm talking about FreeAgent because I know it works for me, but you can also use any other tool. So use a FreeAgent, and I believe within FreeAgent there is something called as Copilot. I believe you can ask, you can pay them to get an actual accountant review your books, whatever. I've never really used it so far. Maybe I will, and I'm sure one day, or hopefully soon, I will have to hire an accountant. I'm waiting for that stage to come, because when you hire an accountant, you of course have to pay them, that accountancy firm or maybe an accountant. But I believe in the beginning, because I have been doing it for 1 year, it is not at all difficult. I mean, it may look overwhelming, and I know as a technical person, I just want to write code, or I want to spend more time doing the work, not really maintaining my accounts and balance sheets. It is something that I used to think I don't really enjoy. I will never really enjoy it, because when I was in school, in Delhi, or in CBSE I should say, after 10th you have to take either non-medical or medical, and apart from non-medical or medical, there are other subjects like commerce with math or commerce, but I never really studied accounting at all, and I used to think for a long time that I will never really enjoy it. But to be honest, I kind of like doing it. It is at the same time I like doing it, but I know I am also sometimes annoyed with it, because it is something that you have to do every month. If you're running a company, you have to make sure that everything is complete, especially when it comes to dealing with government, because you have to make sure that you file everything. You have to file your VAT returns and also pay for VAT, also pay for taxes. So you have to do these things yourself, and it is annoying. It is not something that I look forward to, but at the same time, I feel good that yes, I have been able to do it. But I know, I won't be able to do it for a long time, and eventually one day I will have to hire an accountant. But if you're starting, or if you recently started your own company, or if you're thinking of starting your own company, at least here in the UK, you can definitely do it yourself. If you're from India, by the way, in India, I believe you need to hire a chartered accountant, and I do have a CA in India, because I believe that is a requirement. You can't really submit your company returns without CA's signature. But here in the UK, there is no such requirement in the beginning. I think, I'm not really sure about the turnover. Either it is definitely £500,000 or £1,000,000, which is a lot, but hopefully I will reach there. Anyways, that is all I wanted to talk about in today's video. And by the way, I'm not really a financial expert. I'm just trying to give you my general feedback on FreeAgent, but I'm not really an accountant. So use your own research. But if you're like me, if you're a bit like me, I'm just trying to share. It might help you. All right, that is it for today's video. Bye bye.